today. It's a tad longer than the others, but that's because we have 4 crafters that are going to share their talents with us. So the beauty of a video, though, is that you can stop, go get a cup of coffee, come back 2 hours later, watch another segment, and do the same thing over and over again until you get it all in. But gotta watch till the end, because that's when the raffles are, and you don't want to miss any of the crafts. They're pretty good. All right, the first thing we're going to do to get out of the way, committee reports. Woo! All right, Miss Vic.
The first one I have is from Susie Burkett, and she'd like you to know she is begging you to please send in your hours. Her email is going to be in the notes at the bottom of the video, and she wants you to know that everything counts. Remember, babysitting, volunteer hours, church choir, everything. These hours, remember, go back to before COVID. So look back at your calendar, mark some times that you've got, and please send her the hours that you have volunteered. She would so much appreciate that. Thank you, Susan. Did I say it all? Oh, also, wait a minute. She said also to send hours, you could send them by email, by phone, text, or mail, so she could report them. Probably even by a carrier pigeon, right? If you could. Whatever it takes.
Call.
Thank you, Susan. Our next report comes from Debbie Owen. Debbie would like for you to, if you have books you'd like to donate, please contact her at the number at the bottom of the video. She says that she will pick up the books and take care of the necessary COVID safety measures. So that is, if you have books to donate, they're asking for new books or very gently used books that we can donate for the children. Please call Debbie and tell her you've got something for her, and she will come by and pick those up for you. Thanks, Debbie.
Thanks, Deb. All right, committee reports part 2. Rhonda.
Cindy Carlisle, our legislative committee chairman, says, I hope you got out and voted, and we're still waiting for the results. Thanks, Sandy. Carol Babineau, our historian, says, please send brags and news articles to her. They will be due the next day after you see this video. That's it. Thank you, Carol.
All right, Miss Vickie Ryan, our Health and Living Chair, has some very important news to share with us about an upcoming program. I know you're crushed. We're not exercising today.
Sorry, no balance exercises for me today. Not on the stairs.
Or maybe just this one. If you want to strengthen this little stuff you have, like a turkey has, then you go, oh. Okay, so that's our exercise.
That's what's back, everybody. Walk across Texas. If you were with us last year, you remember this virtual race across Texas. It is an 832-mile virtual walk across Texas. Last year we did this as teams of 8. We had a team captain and then 7 additional members to each team. And we virtually put in our steps each day and converted those to miles, and we walked across Texas. We had a great show last year, and the teams were phenomenal. We were thinking about if you guys wanted to just keep the same teams as last year and the same team captains, or if you want to keep the same teams and change your team captain. I'm going to put my email at the bottom of this video. And if you'd like to email me your thoughts, or if you get together with your team and say, hey, we want to do it just like we did last year, just let me know. You can change your team name, whatever you'd like to do. We're all game for it. We have to sign up in December, so I'm just kind of letting you know about this right now. And when I get more information, I'll pass it on. For those that are new, as I said, it's a virtual walk across Texas, and you don't have to exercise. You don't have to get outside every day and run or jog. You can do any form of exercise. Clean house, walk a child in a stroller, dust, sweep, whatever you can think of that's physical activity that keeps your heart pumping at a faster rate, for at least 30 minutes. So think about it. I'll be sending out more information as I have it, but I just wanted to let you know a little bit about Walk Across Texas. And once again, each adult team, including a team captain, may include up to 8 members. You don't have to have 8 members, but it would help to spread the love of the 832 miles that you would like to walk. All working together towards a goal of 832 miles. Okay? More information, I've got it right here. It's walkacrosstexas.tamu.edu. Thanks a bunch.
Okay, it's time for the program. Woo-hoo!
Yay!
Miss Rhonda, tell us what we're in store for.
We have such a fun program today. It's our Four Corners CRAFTZANIA, presented by our own very talented members. First off is Susie Chaisson and her recipe for beautiful skin. Please, Susie, enlighten us.
Hi everybody, I'm Susie Chaisson, Secretary of FARSP, and today I'm going to show you for our craft extravaganza how to make sugar scrub. This is a fun little thing, easy to make for a cute little holiday gift. All we need is some ribbon. You know, I always have tons of that. You know, I'm famous for my recycled ribbon, so I saved this from a gift from last year that I could probably use. Any kind of jar of your choosing. I just happen to have this one that has a sealing lid, which will work great. Or you can use any kind of little jar with the lid, and on this one you could put some decorative material on it if you wanted to kind of hang over and then put ribbon around it. Any kind of jar you have. I don't know about you, but I have tons of little jars around my house that I don't know what to do with, but they're cute and I don't want to throw them out. So that's how I ended up with this one. So I'm going to use this one today. So all you're going to do is take your canister or wherever you keep your sugar, and you're going to need 1 cup of sugar. I'm using a 1/2 cup measuring cup, so I'm going to do it twice. Then you're going to take a 1/2 cup of, this is coconut oil. You can use coconut oil. I have used avocado oil. I have used grapeseed oil. They all work great. I just use whatever I have at home. I happen to have this right now, so I'm going to put this in here. 1/2 cup of this. I just bought this at Aldi, so you can buy this anywhere. Actually, I've not done it, but I think you could use olive oil. It might have a little bit of an odor if you used olive oil, because you know olive oil has that distinctive smell, but that's okay. Because I'm going to put some extract in here. Get all this out. All right. Okay, I'm going to put my oil in there. Then, since it's for the holidays, I'm going to put a little drop of green food color. Not much. Don't want to put too much, because then when they go to put it on them, you don't want to turn their skin green. I'm just going to put 1 drop to start with and see if that's enough. I'm going to stir it up. Oh yeah, I think that's going to be plenty, because you don't want it bright green. You just want a tint of green for the holiday. Now it's going to take you a minute to get this stirred up. If you want to, while you're stirring, before you get it all stirred up, I'm going to put a drop of this spearmint oil in mine for the odor, for the smell. It doesn't have a place to put my dropper in, so I'm just going to turn it over. I'm going to put several drops because I like that smell. And this spearmint oil I just bought at, I don't know, one of the Nature's Whole Food stores. I think the one on Main Street, across, or on Preston Road across from Tom Thun, actually. All right. I'm going to stir this up good. It stirs real easily. And see, it's just a slight tint of green, which is fine. But do get it stirred up really good so you don't have some dark spots of green in it. And if you want to, I would experiment first though. If you want to make it darker, go for it, but I would try it on myself first just to make sure it's not going to turn somebody green. But I know this one drop is not going to cause a problem with that. All right, we've got it stirred up good. All I'm going to do now is put it in my cute little jar. Kind of pack it down a little bit. Depending on what size jar you use, like this is probably going to hold just about all of this that I made. But depending on what jar, as you'll see, this one's a little bit smaller jar. So if you use this jar, it's not going to take as much. Plus, you don't have to fill it up all the way to the top. So I'm getting 1 sugar scrub out of this one with a little bit left over here that I'm going to use myself. All right, I'm going to pack it down a little bit so it looks prettier in the jar. Put my cute little lid on there. Then I have these cute little scraps left over. I don't know if y'all saw last year when we did our craft extravaganza, when we got to do it in person, I did decorating Christmas bags, or gift bags. So I have all this left over. This started out as a 12 by 12 piece of scrapbook paper. All I did was just cut it. I've been cutting it and coming up with various little pieces that I use on things. This one is one that I cut out that I like. It says ho ho ho. All I did was cut it out the square from this, and I have a cute little thing that does the edges that, you know, that's just me. You don't have to do that. Then I'm going to take some glue. I always use just regular glue because if I use a glue stick, a lot of times it won't stick and it'll come undone, and you don't want your cute little label to come off. So just put a very small amount of glue on here. I'm just kind of spreading it on here. I'm going to take my finger in a minute and rub it because you don't want the glue to be in a blob and show up through your glass. So I'm just going to take my finger. I hope y'all can see this. It's hard to get the camera positioned. All right, so I'm just taking my finger and making sure all the corners have glue on it so they'll stick. Then I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it here on my jar. I'm going to try to do this so that y'all can see. Make sure I have it even here. There we go. See how cute? Then I'm going to take some ribbon. I think with this one, I'm going to put some white tulle around it. I just love that look. And I think I'll put a little piece of red ribbon with it. Just looks pretty. I like to put the tulle because it makes a good bow. And since my jar is plenty big up at the top, I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to take my tulle and my red ribbon. Obviously, I didn't cut those evenly, but that's okay. I'm going to take it. I'm going to tie it here in the front. Oops, sorry, there's the front. And I'll reposition that in a minute. Oops, I didn't cut that long enough, did I? Hold on, gotta make that even. All right. Obviously, all this is just hit and miss. And that's a good thing about a do-it-yourself project at home. Nothing has to be perfect. It's all made out of love. All right, so I'm just going to take that, bring the little reds up so you can see them. There we go. How cute is that? Just a cute little gift to give somebody. I always make these for my girls and put in their stockings at Christmas because they love the salt scrubs and the sugar scrubs. This particular one is the sugar scrub, of course, but you can do a salt scrub. You'd have to look up the recipe on the internet. I think there's a couple, maybe another ingredient or so in the salt scrub. It's a little bit different. But the sugar one's really good. I have real sensitive skin, but I love to use it because, man, does it exfoliate good, really good. And it doesn't bother my skin. I'll be real red afterward, but it makes me feel like a baby. And then I'll do it on my hands and feet, and it feels great. So anyway, that took about 5 minutes, and you can have a cute little gift and use things you have around your house. Thanks. Miss you guys. Bye-bye.
Bringing our second corner to life is Vickie Ryan with some beautiful and clever Christmas crafts made specifically with items from Dollar Tree. Prepare to be amazed at what some paint and glue can do.
Hey, this is Vickie. Welcome to my craft corner. I was just thinking the other day, you know, what could I do with a pizza pan, a pie pan, a cake pan, Maybe a couple of candlesticks and a bowl. Well, stick with me and I'll show you what you might be able to do with that. Let's take a look over here. I turned mine into a three-tiered tray. Hang with me for just a few minutes and I'll show you how you can do one from the Dollar Tree. Okay, let's get started. First materials that we have, like I said, everything came from the Dollar Tree. I got just a white bowl there, and that's my base for my tray, okay? I'm not painting these things today. I just wanted to show you how you can build it. I turned around and I painted all of mine white with chalk paint. I did get this type of chalk paint. I did get it at Hobby Lobby because right now Dollar Tree does not carry chalk paint. So that's my only item that I did not get from the Dollar Tree. So whatever kind of paint you'd like to use, but probably a chalk paint would work a lot better, okay? So all I did for the first step is I took my bowl. You can use E6000, it'll probably work a lot better, but for demonstration right now, I'm just gonna do a hot glue gun so you can kind of see the building process. You might wanna use a combination of hot glue and E6000, okay? So I'm just putting some hot glue around the edge of my bowl, okay? And then I'm gonna set my tray on top of it, trying to place it as evenly as I can, okay? And that is step one. Step two, I'm gonna take one of these candlesticks, again, from Dollar Tree. And let me give you one hint. I did paint everything before I got started, okay? So it's probably easier to paint all, not the bowl under here, but all the other items I did paint before I got started. Okay, so I'm gonna take some of this idea. Now, I have not checked for level. I have not worked real hard at putting this together. And remember, I told you I'm just putting it together with a hot glue gun. I would use E6000 so it's permanent. I just wanted to put it together real quick so you guys could see how easy it really is. Like I said, I would go ahead and paint all my pieces, whatever color you want to paint it, or you know, you don't have to. This is what it would look like, okay? But I painted it with the white chalk paint, okay? But that's how you do it. You just take the bowl, pizza pan, candle holder, pie pan, candle holder, cake pan, okay? Or you could just make it 2 levels if you wanted to. Totally up to you. Just kind of giving you the idea. You could use this for any season or just have around your house all the time if you wanted to make something. You could paint it brown. It would look good for that too. Okay, so once you get to this point, imagine it's all white. So you come out with something like this. And like I said, I decorated this with all of this is Dollar Tree ornaments. Just kind of wanted to give you an idea of maybe if you wanted to use it for Christmas, what could you do that wasn't going to break the bank, okay? So I'm going to take these ornaments out on the top real quick, and I'm going to show you what I did on the inside. Totally optional, but I just took, Dollar Tree has this. It's just a little garland, cheap, $1. And I just took a piece that would probably be as big, and also a disclaimer, I didn't glue down anything. There's things I would probably glue down if I was using it for something permanent, but I just took a piece of that and measured about the width of this cake pan, okay? And I just set it down in here. You might want to have it to where it goes along the edges of here, okay? I just set it down in there to kind of give me a little bit of pop of color, and then I started putting decorations inside. You may have some favorite ornaments that you might want to put on here. You might have treasures from your children giving you some ornaments or something. You may want to put it in there. It doesn't have to be ornaments. It can just be some sort of favorite Christmas something that you have. And once again, work great for Halloween, work great for Thanksgiving. Okay, so that's what I did. Let me take off the next shelf and I can show you one little thing I added to the middle row, to the top, to the middle and the bottom, is, can you see this little twig of the garland? I just kind of wrap that around the candlestick to give it a little bit of color on the inside. You could wrap anything. You could wrap ribbon. You could add mesh ribbon to that. You could add lights, whatever you'd like to do. But that's just kind of an idea. And then I did the same thing exactly on the bottom row. But once again, you could make it a little bit bigger where it goes right onto the edge. Take any color that you want. Just a simple idea, okay? It was about $7 for this tray, not counting the paint. And of course, I'm not counting the ornaments that were in there, but just wanted to give you a fun little idea of what you could do with a couple of trays, a couple of pans, and some paint, and some candlesticks. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, now for my second craft, I just wanted to say that, there's a lot of things I can think of to do with this wine glass. But right now, I'm not going to pour something in it. I'm going to show you a quick and easy idea with one wine glass from Dollar Tree. This is what I created from this one. It's a little snowman. He's very easy to do. I bought one wine glass for $1 at Dollar Tree. I did, again, use my chalk paint that I got at Hobby Lobby. You can get it at any of the craft stores. But I used this to paint the entire wine glass, okay? And it probably took a couple of coats to make it that thick, okay? So once I painted it, I got one of these at Dollar Tree. It's just a little ornament. There's several different varieties of hats, so you can, if there's enough there, pick and choose. And Dollar Tree also sells material, believe it or not. And this little cut of material, I just cut off a little piece for his scarf, okay? So imagine that he's white, and all I did was this time I did use hot glue, and it's totally enough for this. I put hot glue around the top of it, and I set his hat down on the top. And then I took, from my material, I cut out a piece long enough, and I folded it in half. And then I just tied it around his little neck. It's a very skinny little neck. Okay, kind of to give him a little scarf. You can work with it a little bit longer to get it like you would like it. And then I took scissors and I just fringed the end of his little scarf. Okay. And then on his face, I did use my silhouette to make the face that goes on him, but you can easily take paint markers and just do the little eyes and the little nose and the mouth. It's just some dots for his mouth. Or you can take your own paint, your acrylic paint, and you can do your own face as well. It'll be very easy. All you're worried about is just the little nose, and the rest of it's just black. So you can be very creative and do your own face. And once again, that's just using a wine glass, an ornament, and some fabric. Thanks again.
Moving to our third corner, we find Susan Burkett helping us decorate for fall. What she can do with some fake pumpkins and flowers will astound you.
Hi, I'm Susan Burkett, and my corner for the CRAFTZANIA is artificial pumpkin arrangements. Today I'm going to show you two different arrangements using these artificial pumpkins that I found at Walmart. And I've already done some work on it because it takes a little while to carve them out. And then I purchased two of these little foam cores. It's called floral foam. And I got them at Walmart, I think, or you can find them at the Dollar Tree if you're lucky. Anyway, I carved out enough and then I just pushed it down in there. I did have to cut some of this off because I didn't want to dig so deep. And then I stuck the artificial pumpkin stem back on. I had pulled it off and then I put it back on. And so you cover that up. I used this moss that you can buy. It's about $3 a bag. You can get different color. You can get brown or brighter green or this color. So you cover the foam that's there. Now this pumpkin that I'm doing is going to be using the artificial succulents. The best place that I've found them is at Hobby Lobby, but they never put them on sale, so you have to go buy one a day or whatever. It's 40% off, so it makes it more reasonable. This was a stem that had two together, so I just separated that, and I may end up separating this one. So anyway, let me get started. Like I said, I've already glued the moss on, and I'm going to go ahead and cut. And you do need a good pair of clippers. And I purchased these at Michael's. I had to use a coupon because they're not cheap either. But this is called string of pearls, and I know they do come together, but I love the way they hang. And when you're doing flower arrangements, you try to have something that hangs down. And then at the top, you have something that's tall. That's your thriller, and your filler is what's going to come in, and these are called spillers. And I learned that when I took Master Gardener training, and I still remember it. So anyway, that's got, and this is the side that's going to be this one. I like the way that hangs. And then so I'm going to trim this one about so far down so it'll stick in. This is going to be one of my fillers. Of course, I'm doing this backwards, so y'all have to let me know how it looks. They're easy to pull out and adjust, so far I think I like that. I can turn it around. If it doesn't want to go in, you're just going to really push, or I'm going to trim this one down a tiny bit more. But I like these colors. There's some that are really, they have some white ones, and unusual colors that you buy. I think there's some pastels, but I like for fall, I like this. And then I've got one more I'm going to put in here, then I'm going to do my tall one. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to use for my thriller. I love the colors, and it stands up. You notice it more, it doesn't blend in, and this is fun trying to get this. There we go. Then I had cut off a few of the little pieces to stick around the bottom to cover it. So you see how the back looks. And if you want it symmetrical where it shows all the way around, then you'll just need to, when you arrange it, just be sure you, there. So there we have the first one. And you don't have to water. This is what I like about these. You can just put them anywhere in the dark and sunlight, and it'll live. Okay, so here's the finished pumpkin with the succulents. And the total that I came up was about $22. Like I said, try to get these on sale or find them less expensive at other places. Okay. All right, the next pumpkin that I'm going to put together is a flower pumpkin, I call it. And this is a different shaped pumpkin. I've already carved it out. I've already put the foam in it. And I did go ahead and stick the stem in. And now I'm going to hot glue some of this moss around this base. The second pumpkin that I'm going to make is going to use some artificial flowers, and I love to go to Hobby Lobby, or now Michael's has a beautiful selection of that. But anyway, these are picks, so you can go in the section that has the picks, and that might be the best thing that you can use. And this one's called a spray, and it's got a lot of things on there that I'm going to separate and use. And then I've just got this because I love the bright orange. I may use some of this, I may not, it just depends if I need it. have fun shopping and finding different things that you can put together. And it's real easy to do. And it'll last. That's the best thing about it. Y'all have a great day. Thanks.
And last but not least, rounding out our four corners, if you can round out a corner, is Miss Carol Kirkendall and some additional Dollar Tree crafts you can make quickly and cheaply. And we like cheap. Let's join her in Santa's workshop.
Hello everyone! My corner is the last corner and we're going to do some Christmas crafts. The first one we're going to do today is a door hanger for your wreath. This is what the finished product looks like. It's just a decorated little door hanger. And then you can put your wreath right on there. And then you have a pretty display instead of an ugly old door hanger. So let's decorate that wreath. First of all, from Dollar Tree, you're going to need this. You're going to need this. This is just an ornament. Then you're going to need some of this stuff. This is the decorative mesh. It comes in a roll. Just 4 pieces, 2 pieces of red and 2 pieces of white. And then you need a spray so that you can cut off some to use in the decoration. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the tag off of our door, and we're going to place the door at the very top, not down here, but at the very top, because you get it too low, your wreath's going to start covering things up. So we're going to place it right there at the top. Get you some glue gun going. Love me some glue gun. Put it on there. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Easy breezy, right? Absolutely. Okay, then we need to set that down. Next, we're going to take a piece of white and fold it like this and mush it. A piece of red. Whoops. Let it roll up. Mush it. Another piece of white and mush it. Then another piece of red and mush it. Then, I'm telling you, if you don't have pipe cleaners in your craft room, you're missing out. Get you a pipe cleaner. Wrap it around. I know places call them Chanel stems. They're pipe cleaners. Wrap it around. Instant bow. Okay, we want to clip this off because we don't need that. It'll just hang down in our way. Then we want to take our clippers and we want to cut off, oh, I don't know, a pine cone off of here. Cut it down pretty close. Now let's use this little pine cone pretty close. And then get some berries for some color. Cut it pretty close. And then we're going to start gluing. Take our glue gun again. We're going to put a big wad of glue right there and stick our bow on it. Just like this. And it sticks just like that. Then we've got one other little piece of ribbon. Don't need much. If you just tie it like that, kind of trim it off. We're going to glue that right in the middle of that bow, just to give it a little bit of color. Then we're going to take our glue gun again, and we're going to put some glue right there and stick on our holly. Then we're going to take our pine cone and stick him right over here. And voila! Instant door hanger. Easy breezy. Oops! That's okay. You just stick it back on. I just didn't push on. Hang on. There, that's better. It costs $5 to make this, and it's just a pretty little addition to your door. All right, that's that. Moving on. Let's go to our candy dish. We're going to make this little candy dish here. Has candy in it. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to not use hot glue because we really want it to stay. So we're going to use E6000, and we're going to take 2 bowls from Dollar Tree. These happen to be red ones. They have other colors. They have black, they have white, but it's Christmas. So we're going to take that bowl, cover the part where they're going to touch with E6000. And E6000, I could sit here and a long time for it, you know, to get really tacky. It's not like hot glue. It doesn't harden up immediately. So you have plenty of time to put the other bowl on top. And ideally, you probably want to let that sit overnight. Okay, that's all the E6000 we need. Then we're going to take our piece of ribbon. Actually, it fits better if you fold it in half when you wrap it around. But then when it gets to the other side, it can open back up. Okay, I'm gonna just put it just like that and just tie it. Then I'm gonna take a piece of this, and here's how you make just a simple little bow. Start like this, pinch it right here, pinch it right there, twist it, pinch it right there. And this is going to be a 3 hoop loop bow. So this is a tricky part. Okay, watch. It's sticking up like this. You want to bring it around like that. Now it looks kind of funny, but love those pipe cleaners. Take your pipe cleaner and grab it just like that. And don't be afraid, you're not going to hurt it. It's burlap. Twist it around really well. And then when you open it back up, you've got one there, you've got one there, and you've got one there. Okay? Okay. Then trim that off. And you can do the same thing that you did with the other bow. This is where your hot glue comes in. You're just gonna put a whole bunch of hot glue right there and stick your bow on it and hold it for a second so it stays. Just give it a little bit of time. Okay. Then we're going to take another one of these, and actually one of these will make both of these 2 crafts. So you only need one for both of them. I'm going to cut it off again, cut it off again. I'm a sucker for pine cones. Okay, and find where you want the middle of your bow to be. Put some glue in there. Stick it in there and hold it. Find where you want this to go. Maybe down in there. Just, it's all random, y'all. Just put that down in there and hold it. Ow. Okay, so far so good. Now we need to trim some of this off so we can get an idea of really what we've got. so we can see what we're doing. One more thing. This came in a little package of balls. And we're going to put our little, wherever we can get it in. Some more glue in. If we want to put it right there, that would be great. We can just stick it wherever we want to. I'm going to throw some glue in there. Weasel my little ornament in just like that. And eventually it will dry. And there you go. And then you fill it up with candy and you have a pretty little candy dish. The last little craft that I'm going to share with you is an elf tree. You know that the elves are responsible for making all of the toys in the North Pole. And so they need to know what's on the list. Well, this little elf tree can help you keep track of the wish lists of your grandchildren or your spouse or your children or whomever, because what they do is they talk to the elf by taking little pieces of paper and writing what they want on the back and clipping it to the elf tree. And then you have a secret Christmas list that you can go and take off all the pieces of paper and just grant all of their wishes. So this is what we call an elf tree. Now, you don't have to put wishes on it. You could put ornaments if you'd like, or pictures of your grandchildren because they're the cutest little elves you know. But anyway, this is how I made it. First of all, Dollar Tree, again and again and again. I used 2 Dollar Tree Christmas trees. They come in a box like this. And they come with all this stuff in there that you would use to stand it up. You don't need any of that. What you need to do is get your branches kind of over to one side and open up a place so that you can attach these 2 trees together. Once you have your tree all together and all fluffed up and pretty, then you're going to take this little bucket from Dollar Tree. Actually costs $1. Take a piece of styrofoam from Dollar Tree. You're going to have to cut it off a little bit because you can't fit a square peg in a round hole. So you're going to have to shave it off a bit. So you're going to take it and smush it down as far as it'll go. Okay, it's going to look like that. All right. Then you're going to take your tree voila, and put it down in the styrofoam. So now we have our tree. And set him aside. Okay. Then, this is a little sign that was from Dollar Tree. And what you're going to do, you only want to use 2 pieces of this. You want his head and you want his feet. So, first thing you're going to do is you're going to cut off his feet. Poor thing. Then you want to, and this is a little kind of particle board, so it's not like a piece of cardboard, so you're going to have to work at it. But if you take an X-Acto knife and you go around his neck right there, do it 2 or 3 times, you should be able to bend it and take it right off. So now you have his head. And we want to get rid of this little tie at the top. So now you have head and feet. Now the feet, you're going to find the crease in the can. That's going to be the back. So you're going to take your feet, put a bunch of glue below the burlap and stick on your feet right up there underneath the burlap. And hold it for a second or 2 or 4 or 10 until the glue dries. All right, so we have feet. Then we want to take the head, make sure we created a space for it. And all you're really gonna do here is just put a bunch of glue up here. Just randomly put some glue and stick his head on, and he will stay. And you can arrange the little branches around his little head. Now, to do the belt buckle, all I did was take a piece of black paper and cut out a belt buckle shape, and I stuck it right here. I glued it right here on the burlap. Then I used some Spanish moss, stuck it down in here around, just kind of to cover up the ugly green. Okay, so I kind of got that covered up. All right, now, the last thing that you're gonna do with your elf tree is you wanna make your little clothespins. So these little clothespins came from Dollar Tree, and these pom-poms came from Dollar Tree also. So I just took the little clothespins, I glued the pom-pom on them, and then you're just gonna put them on your tree, different places. And that is what you're going to attach your wishes to. Like when the children come over, okay, put your wishes on the tree. So you're just gonna add these guys all over the place. Stop. You can add as many clothespins as you'd like, or as few as you'd like, especially if you're going to use something big, and then just get some little pieces of paper. This is little Christmas paper that I used so that they can write their wishes on the back, and then they can clip them on themselves. And there you go. There's our elf tree. I hope you had fun. Thanks for coming. Merry Christmas.
Well, now that we are totally square, take note of the supply list at the bottom of the video and get crafting. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your talents with us. Next month, be prepared to sing, dance, and have some Christmas fun with Santa. Yay! Yay!
All right, next on the docket is birthdays. Woo-hoo. All right, happy birthday, November people. Janie Holzapple, Judy Sheshuk, Phyllis Hamby, Sherry Block, Susan Ford, Audie Atkins, Jan Brown, Beverly Macho, Carolyn Finley, Sammy Rogers, Keith Woodard, Patricia Friesen,
Cynthia Wright, Robin Heisig, Lisa Priest, Dolores Sampson, Rick Burnett, yeah, Helen Adams, Brenda George, Sandy Hansel, and Debbie Owen. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
All right, now we're going to do the drawing, and we have some cool raffle prizes to choose from, and we have a bunch of raffle prizes to choose from. The silver bowl full of names. All right, Miss
There it
Vickie.
is. We don't have things to show, so this.
No, that's okay.
Okay, number one, after watching our crafts, the first one is for the pumpkin arrangement that Susan did.
Oh, nice.
Okay, this will be for the pumpkin arrangement. Rhonda, would you like to draw?
Surely.
Okay. Ooh, good one.
Okay, say it.
Mm-hmm.
Marianne Ashby.
Yay!
Congratulations.
You're the winner of the pumpkin arrangement.
All right.
Okay, the second one is the snowman wine glass, the second one that I did on my video. So this is the winner of the snowman wine glass.
Oh, me. Oh, sorry. Audie Atkins.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Yay! All right, Audie.
Yay! Third one, oh, we're gonna have lots of winners today. This one is for the wreath hanger that Carol did in her CRAFTZANIA. Carol, would you like to pull for
Oh, sure. Sure. Barbara Stewart.
that?
Barbara.
The winner of the wreath hanger.
Barbara Stewart.
The next one is for the candy dish that Carol showed in her video as well.
Complete with candy.
Oh, complete with candy, yay!
Nice.
Unless I get there first. Uh-oh. Woohoo! Jean Corzine.
Jean Corzine, yay!
Woo! Jeannie Weenie.
Yes.
All
And
right.
the last one is for the elf tree, the darling tree that Carol did at her craft. And I'm gonna draw that one.
Okay.
And that one is, I'll let you hold this for
Okay.
a second. I'll let y'all see this. Okay. Is Lucy Ham.
Yay,
You're
Lucy.
the proud owner of the elf tree.
Nice.
Congratulations,
Congratulations.
to all the winners, and we will get those prizes to you just as soon as possible. Thanks so much.
Well, that's about it for November. We had a great time visiting with you. Wish we could visit in person. Also, on another note, do not forget that if you want to come by my house and pick up your directory, you are more than welcome to. Just let me know you're coming. If I'm not here, I'll put it on the front porch with your name on it. If I am here, we'll just have to visit for a while, I guess. So, thank you so much. Stay safe. Wear your mask. We love you and we miss you. Hopefully, we'll see you in January.
Hope to see you soon.
Bye.